All right, in section 5.2, we are going to be solving quadratic equations, but we are going to use what's called the quadratic formula. So this is pretty famous. The quadratic formula, we can sing. It is, if you are given an equation in standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c, remember a, b, c from unit 4, in order to solve, remember that's a solution, if it's set equal to 0, that's key again, then we can find our answers using this formula. So I'm going to help sing it with you. It is negative b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Got it? So you sing it to yourself. There will be some cleaning up though. You need to simplify inside the square root, and if you can break it down, you need to. So clean up the inside and break down. And then exact answers, leave your answer in fraction form. If you want the decimal answer, that's called the approximate. So typically we like the exact answer. That's the best, okay? Approximate is the decimal. You would really only want to use the approximate answer if it was an application, because you need an answer to see like how long something took or whatever else. So when would we use this? Well, the good news is if you don't like factoring, you can use the quadratic formula instead of solving it. This would have worked in the last section, 5.1. So if you didn't like factoring and you skipped it, you can go back and go ahead and do 5.1 using the quadratic formula, okay? On a unit test, it is an acceptable substitution. It's not going to be quicker, but it is an alternative to factoring. So you can also, though, use it if a quadratic equation does not factor. And a lot of equations will not factor. That's how we're going to get roots in our answers. So you will probably still have a root in your answer if it didn't factor. If equations do factor and you use the quadratic formula, then you'll get the same answer that you did in section 5.1, like 2, negative 1/2. They could be fractions or numbers, but they won't have roots in them, okay? So just as a reminder, when you simplify the expression, you want to simplify the radical and the other parts, like 2 times a and things like that. The plus and the minus, that's how we get 2 answers. Leave the answer in simplified radical form. We want the exact answers. Don't use a calculator to get the decimal. You can use a calculator to help clean it up though. On applications, you want the decimals. So in order to use the formula, you do need to get everything to one side, so you have that equals 0, okay? So these are all important rules to remember. All right, so let's get going. On number 1, I want to make it super easy, so you'll notice I don't have the 0. So we need to get everything to one side. Now it really doesn't matter if our x squared term is positive or negative since we're not factoring. So I'm going to move everything to the left. So we want to subtract 3. So we get 2x squared plus x, and I'm going to put plus 1x, and then minus 3. You still want to put them in order of x squared, x, and then no x. And now we want to identify a, b, and c because we're going to use this for our formulas. So a is 2, b is 1, and c is negative 3. So we have to remember our formula. I'm going to write it up here. So negative b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we need to plug that in. So we get x equals, so negative b says take the opposite of b. So if b is 1, we're going to write negative 1. Plus and minus b squared minus 4 times a is 2 times c is negative 3. I just put my negatives in parentheses. All over 2 times a, which is 2. Okay, so that's how we start. But there is going to be some time involved to clean this up. So the first thing you do for cleanup is you want to do inside, and you can type all of that straight into a calculator. Don't hit the root though. So use a calculator, okay? So we get x equals -1 plus or minus a root, and I want to type that in. So 1 squared minus 4 times 2 times -3. I got 25. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? So then next, I want to see if I can simplify the root. So try to simplify. So I'll say try. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. Well, the square root of 25, remember, that's 5 times 5, and we want to look for doubles. So this is just 5. So I get x equals -1 plus or minus, the root's not there anymore, all over 4. Now, what that really means, though, is we've got two equations. So I want x equals -1 plus 5, and we have x equals -1 minus 5. Okay? If you're typing these into a calculator, you will need to use a parenthesis to keep the numerator together. So -1 plus 5 parenthesis divided by 4 is 1. And then -1 minus 5 parentheses divided by 4 is -6 over 4, which is -1.5. Okay, so we still get two answers, but there is no root in this one because the square root simplified. All right, let's try another one. So we've got 5/2 squared since I only have one term, I'm going to move this to the right. So we'll subtract 7t. And if you don't like t's, you can make them x's. So we get 0 equals 5t squared minus 7t plus 1. And then we know 5 is a, -7 is b, and c is 1. So in our formula, we're going to use this one. We get x equals, so it's the opposite of b. So the opposite of -7 is +7, plus or minus the root. We get -7 squared. You will need to put that in parentheses in a calculator because it's a negative number. Minus 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a. Okay, so that's our first step. So then remember, I'm going to type this, just what's in the root, into a calculator with those parentheses, or open up a window in your computer and type that in. So I'm actually going to do that. So I get 29. So I get 7 plus or minus root 29, and then divided by 10. Well, 29 actually doesn't break down. So what that means is I'm done. Since nothing reduced, we really have two answers. We get 7 plus root 29 over 10, and we have 7 minus root 29 over 10. I would just leave them together, but that one's done, okay? So you won't always be able to simplify the radical. If you can't, you just leave that. I don't want the decimals because I want the exact answers. All right, let's look at example 3. I have 1m squared plus 10m, and I'll move the 8 to the left, so we'll add 8. So we get 1m squared plus 10m plus 8 equals 0. So that means a is 1, b is 10, and c is 8. So using that formula, we get x equals the opposite of b, so negative 10, plus or minus, we get 10 squared, because that's b, minus 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a. All right, so let's type this into a calculator. I got negative 10 plus or minus. We get go ahead, I'm just giving you some time. 10 squared minus I got 68. All right. All over 2. So then we need to break down 68. So root 68, I'll do it on the side. Well, I know 2 divides by 34. And then that divides by 2 again, 2 times 17, and that's all I can do. So here's a 2. So remember that comes out, and then the 17 stays in. So we get x equals negative 10 plus or minus 2 root 17 all over 2. Now we broke down the root, but we actually can simplify this more. We've got 1, 2, 3 terms, and they all divide by 2. So we want 2. So if I divide by 2, I can also think of that as splitting them up. I can put this over 2 as well. So I've got negative 10 over 2 plus or minus 2 root 17 over 2. Okay, so you can do it that way as well. And so we can simplify that fraction. We get x equals, that would be negative 5 plus or minus, and then the 2's cancel, so root 17. We want to leave the root though, because remember that's exact. All right, so let's try number 4. So this is going to be our application. So we've got a ball thrown into the air. And it wants to know to the nearest tenth, so that means to actually use a calculator to get a decimal. How long will it take the ball to hit the ground? So that means our height equals 0. So we're going to take 0 equals 3 plus 14t minus 5t squared. Now, this one's not in order, so I would go ahead and rearrange them. You don't change the signs, you just put them in order. So I'm going to put this one first, this one next, and then our 3 is positive also at the end. Okay, so we get A is negative 5, B is 14, and C is 3. So on our formula, it's already set equal to 0. So we get x equals the opposite of b plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a is negative, so I like to use a parenthesis, times c all over 2 times negative 5. Okay. So we're going to type this into a calculator. I'll go ahead and grab one. So we get this time, so we have 14 squared minus 4 times negative 5 times 3, which I got 256. So negative 14 plus or minus root 256 divided by negative 10. Now, if you go ahead, because we want a decimal, I'm going to go ahead and type in the square root of 256, which is actually 16. So x equals negative 14 plus or minus 16 all over negative 10. So we want to do negative 14 plus 16, parenthesis, divided by negative 10. And we want to do negative 14 minus 16, parenthesis, divided by negative 10. So I get 2 divided by, I get negative 0.2 seconds, and then 3.